Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yael and today I want to talk to you about the power of creativity and the principle of Aquarius. That might sound big, but I really want to break down with you today what is creativity. Everyone wants to be more creative. Creativity helps us being more calm with ourselves because when we think in a creative way, we're not stuck in a pattern. Creativity helps us with business, art, relationships, anything you want, you can apply creativity to it. And Aquarius, the astrological sign, is considered to be the creative genius. What can we learn from Aquarius? What can we take from the Aquarius archetype to our lives and become creative geniuses ourselves? Let's start. So the first principle to notice about being more creative is who you spend time with, because the people you spend time with will affect your thinking process. So whoever you talk to, you breathe with, affects your frequency. Now, Aquarius people understand that. One of the qualities of Aquarius is wanting to spend time with different people and having high intellectual conversations. And one of the reasons is because they want to learn new thinking processes. It helps them to be more innovative. And that is something that we can all do. We can notice in what kind of situation our thoughts become higher. We become more inspired. We start downloading things. So for me, for example, when I spend time with highly spiritual and creative women, that puts me in a high frequency. I don't want to limit creativity only to women. Of course, a lot of men are very creative and can influence me in the same way. I'm just sharing with you what I experience. One of the reasons is because when women or any creative person appreciates beauty, it reminds us of the place in us that appreciates beauty, the place in us that doesn't criticize, that doesn't censor. Oftentimes, very creative people find a lot of hardship in their life and in their creation. And there's a reason for that. The creative process needs to come to points of despair, of difficulty, in order for a new idea or a new process to rise up. So it's almost like a pressure pot on someone, and it feels like a very negative and dark energy sometimes when there's a challenge and when there's stress. But the idea is to push you until poof, you find an amazing solution. And that is why also, if we look at Aquarius and the Aquarius sign, many Aquarius people experience these ups and downs. And the reason is it's because God or the creation wants to push them to be that innovator, that person that drives society to the next level. Eating is also connected to creativity and specifically to Aquarius. Usually most Aquariuses have some sort of digestive sensitivity. They're very picky about what they eat, and they often have an interesting relationship with food. What we can learn from this is that creativity is connected to food. Now, when we don't fill up our bucket like Aquarius fills the bucket with ideas, with spiritual studies that really move us, with images, with thoughts that we feel inspired by, when our bucket is empty, we want to fill it with other things, but that doesn't really fill the bucket. And so a lot of creative people would turn to food when they feel blocked or when they feel uninspired. The idea of Aquarius is to fill up the bucket until it overflows. And that is the point that the person is ready to share with the world. That can also explain why some Aquariuses tend to be slower in life. A lot of Aquarius geniuses were not seen as geniuses when they grew up and only were acknowledged in later years. One of the most important things in the creative process is number one, what we said, to fill up the bucket. And in this case, I'm gonna make bread with you to show you how it works, okay? So we're filling up the bucket now. Okay, so this is what Aquarius would do. He would fill up the bucket with all sorts of interesting things. And now one of the most important parts of the creative process is to digest, to analyze, to sit alone, to recluse, and then to create. So the idea of processing what we just took in is extremely important. So as I process the bread, you can understand why putting everything together makes something new. In Hebrew, the name for innovation is chidush, chadshanut, and it comes from the same root as chodesh, which means month. And that implies that every month we have the opportunity to renew our creativity. Every month from a new moon till the next new moon, we step into a new energy. And that energy can affect our thinking, our creations, and everything else. One of the things that a lot of creative peoples don't realize is that you have to build a vessel. Building a vessel is a term from Kabbalah, and that means to build a connection, to build a habit, to build a hobby, to start doing something every day repeatedly in order for light to come in. There are different frequencies. It doesn't have to be every day, but the idea is you need to build a space in order for the ideas to come in. The other thing that creativity may ask some of us is to be a little less proud. So something that helps a lot to grow the creativity is gratitude. Because when you are grateful, when you give thanks, you also notice little things, and this power of creativity grows. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching, and may we all be more creative with every day that passes. Thank you. Bye.